Well, that's still 8 days ago before they claim they
I understand
actually.
that, but the reason why I say the first and second, because that's when there's a lot
All
of boots on
right,
the
so
ground.
for all the sleuths out there that have been searching all over the place that probably already know this, 6 alleged suspects in a recent kidnapping of American citizen Elliot Eastman, who was abducted, okay, in Zamboanga del Norte. They're claiming they have been unalived, which is weird because the newspapers and the police said that they had him in custody. So how many suspects and how many of them are actually out there? That's what I want to know. Can I have a pause on? I guess I won't get a pause on that. So, and saying that looks like they've actually closed the actual schools in regards to this. And they said allegedly he had been spotted. Okay, in Naga, it's Mamagon, Naga, which I said is like 100 and something miles away, maybe a little less than from where he was taken. And they're saying he was spotted that far back. So, yeah. Did you rewind it?
Yeah.
Okay, was there. Just trying to see. Yeah, go ahead and.
Play this.
Yeah, I guess. Might as well run it all the way through. I didn't get the time to go through and read it the first time. So.
No, this is very interesting because again, the alleged.
Move that on, please. I mean, although you really can't see. um, It's not as blurred as I. Um,
Okay, so anyway, no.
then don't. Then don't. Just. That's fine. Go ahead and go through the comments, and then we just wanted to do an update. This wasn't meant to be a full live stream, so update's an update. So go ahead. And Mr. Knight, nobody's giving out misleading information. Very sensitive. Hasn't been found yet. They're still looking. They have photographs of the 5 people, a guy and a lady. Okay. And nobody said whether he was or wasn't. As a matter of fact, misleading. Why don't you go look for other misleading
Okay,
somewhere
honestly,
else?
if you want to point the fingers at misleading information, it's actually not us, and I'm not talking about vloggers either. Well, okay, certain vloggers do. Fact. Um, Actually, be aware that the media, the real media, as it were, aka whether it's, I'm not gonna name news sources,
He called him Red Zone Clown,
but
pretty
point
much.
being is, in anybody who has half a brain can tell you that actual news sources, whether it's in America or in the Philippines, are actually governed by some form of body, and that form of body will tell them don't do this, do that, that kind of stuff. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out, guys. And now, what I'm trying to say, without trying to saying anything, be careful of what you disseminate, whether it's actually from an actual news source. Again, I can't name any news sources, whether in America or here, because I don't want to defamate any particular company. But point being, news sources are companies, and companies are businesses. And businesses are what? They're there to make money.
Yeah, it always takes GMA a couple days to put this out. So basically, he who took the story first, just like when we seen the body, that had been floating out there for a while. And the same with this trickled through the radio stations, trickled into the small stations, trickled from people just, the talking and everything else, down to a letter being put out that there's no school in that area because of the militant fighting that was surrounding what was going on with the American. Okay. Nothing has been put in stone that the guy is still alive or if he is unalive. Nothing official. And we figured as much through all these live streams. We said, even if he is or isn't, it's going to take a while for them to come through and say that. That is for sure. So, no doubt on that one. But it does look like, in my opinion, it looks like it's getting stranger. It's kind of twisting slowly, but weirdly, because they said they had the suspects and now they're saying they've unalived the suspects in a militant fight. And it's like, did you turn him loose? Because one of them that were caught at one point in the papers, it said that he was up for attempted murder or something. And I'm like, well, how was he out and about? But it is the Philippines. There is a different government setup and
Well, not really. They do the same thing in the U.S., although here it's, I guess, it's more blatant. Or-
so based on X amount of money, he was out on bail.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
Again, I can't say the things I want to say. But point being, again, whether it's again, I'm not going to name any news sources. Be careful what you disseminate. Disseminate. Hey, now, okay. In all seriousness, again, like
yeah. Night. I didn't know there was a lady involved. He said there was a woman too.
yes,
Yeah.
but that was even before this happened. Yes, one of them was a woman, correct?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Right. See, that's the thing. Again, like now, for example, um, somebody said that, oh, George is being ridiculous. He said six suspects. Well, guess what? I didn't make that up. Point being, whether there are actually six suspects or not, we're just telling you what the news sources say. Now,
And
whether or
all
not
the
those
different.
news sources were true or not or accurate, they're the ones who put it out. And
Well, it's
again,
slowly. There's an actual. There is a broadcast that was put out today. Well, it didn't get edited in enough time. But so there's been an official news thing stating so this did all happen. Now, whether they have gotten him or not, that will take some time. Could be 2 days, could be 3 days, could be a week, or not at
oh, they're
all.
going to drag this along.
Yeah. And Mr. Knight says that the Faux family, he said that, let me see exactly how he put that. My photos came from a member of the Faux military. And he retracted it. It just got retracted. So interesting. But just curious on.
Where is it at? This one doesn't retract.
No, it won't retract it on the main thing that we have here.
There's that
No,
one.
the photos I received from a member of the Philippine military are 4 guys and a lady. Gotcha. And then the other one he said was from the faux military. I don't know what that means. Faux meaning fake, but he
Yes.
said PHO. And he retracted that one. But that's fine. It doesn't matter, like on the photos of actually the only thing at this point that matters is if he's still alive. That's what actually matters at this point. Whether he's alive or unalived, it will soon come out. I think they're just trying to show, like we said, they'd wait till after the holiday, which still I thought about it until I looked at the date and they said they seen him like around the 4th of November. That's still, what, 8 days ago? Here, 8? No, it's more than that. 9, 10, 11, 12. 9 days ago. So And I'm trying to figure when this battle went on. So this is stuff that we just got. Trying to see the date on that. You can go through the comments. We're dead air. What are you doing?
It's not dead air. What do you mean? Okay.
Oh,
Um. Okay. Like Chad Luxina says, the election is coming up, so media has to be careful who to put it out. Now
yeah. See,
I really want to dig into this. To be honest with you, because there's a lot of things that don't add up, and there's a lot of things that connect to the story and disconnect at the same time. However, unfortunately, most of the things that connect are not of good favor. Um, like Chad said, election is coming up, so the media has to be careful to put up. Not just the media, but certain government officials. It's kind of like I emphasized to Heidi several times this morning that don't you find it odd that said person did this and did this and did this? Because it is election time and certain things are questionable.
and this came out 24 hours ago, and we knew some of this was going on just by reading things. Okay. But we wanted to wait a little bit more. And then last night they started talking about, okay, there'll be no school. And they went through all of this. And we're like, let's go ahead and cover it. And officially, GMA is now covering it. It's been over 24 hours. As a matter of fact, it's been almost 30 hours since they had actually put the stuff out. And it says the same thing. 3 people allegedly linked to the kidnapping. American vlogger Elliot Eastman, this comes from GMA, one of the big news agencies here, were unalived in an encounter at Kabasalan, Zamboanga on Tuesday. So, which was yesterday. So then the battle officially did happen the 24 hours, 24, 30 hours ago. And that's all. See if they put anything additional
Yeah.
out.
Aaron McKenna says the sources I found claim it happened yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. Victoria says so. Those photos may actually be of Elliot. Let's hope so, one way or another.
They did give some names.
Now, Law says that it sounds personal, and
Well, they didn't ask for any ransom, and they've had
right, and there's a lot of things that don't add up to the story, and it again, I don't have to like.
and
I try not to feed you guys what I think is going on because that's not how it's supposed to be. Again, but point being, again, there's no ransom, as Heidi says.
intelligence suggests that one of the guys and the Sahabid brothers provided refuge and support to others and people that were involved in Eastman's abduction, enabling their evasion from the authorities, said Pro 9. Police and military conducted operations. Let's see.
Uh,
Conducted operations in Barangay Canacan at 5:59 a.m. on Tuesday, which led to the armed encounter with 10 supposed lawless elements. So, and that's let's see. Then they go into talking about they were part of that Kabasalan massacre in 15. Some of these guys were involved in that. And so, meanwhile, it says the military said Abdul and Fahid were alleged members of a kidnap for ransom group in Zamboanga. But they didn't say whether um, whether that was the case for him. Kidnapping and serious illegal detention have been filed against 6 suspects of Eastman's. 3 of them were already in custody. 4 men abducted Eastman from the in-laws' house, we know, on Sibuco, October 17th. There still has not, as of right now, been any ransom demand nor any proof of life. That's 25 minutes ago. I'm more apt to think that if he was alive and it's been 24 hours, that the big newspaper kind of like the body. Supposedly, they would have announced it, according to sources.
Well, even then, even the time. Remember when you had to like take your roll of film and have it develop? Even then, usually kidnappers give you a proof of life.
That's what I was thinking. A lot of people's. It's not a conspiracy. If he was really injured with the type of weapon that they had, more than likely it wouldn't have been a survivable injury, and he probably would have had too much of a loss of blood, then sepsis if he didn't get um,
Yeah,
any antibiotics and different things. So it's
it's a
hard.
5.56 round. It's kind of hard to get by around that one.
But there are some.
You can
There are
survive it,
some
yes.
small sources that say that he is. So
Well,
we're not
like
saying that he
Ryan and
is.
shoot true word is word is. According to the grapevine, he's been found alive but very
Is your
malnourished.
grapevine coming from the video that's been put out? Because there's one vlogger, literally one vlogger, and we waited to say anything. And that's only because we were contacted to be told that he was. And I'm like, yeah, there's been nothing out, not even close, not even a whisper. If you scour the Facebook and scour the internet and backsides and whisper to people, sure, you're going to find that it's possible he's alive. But it's no, there's no real sources, including his family or wife or anybody that's saying
correct.
anything.
There's been alleged sighting. Keyword alleged.
Correct, Mr. Knight.
Elliot hasn't been found yet. Now, be aware that when we say alleged,
And of
this
course,
can I mean either it's him or it's not him. It could be somebody who looks like him. You know, how about alleged sighting?
oh, well, I don't know how many white dudes. But then again, we said
I hate to say this, but again, if there's one thing everybody knows, well, not everybody knows this. Key witnesses are usually incorrect when they come to what they witness. They get a lot of times they get misidentified somebody. Now I get it where he was taken from. I get it that he was the only alleged kin, and that's another thing, alleged expat there that lived there.
hey, and if we didn't say so, Sarah, MJ is in the house. Michael, Music to Motion, Ted, Scott. Thank you guys. Cyan Kano is in the house. Of course, we said Victoria Racer X. Thank you, Mr. Knight, for your information. CBGB. Rodney says Elliot's swimming with the fish.
Oh, damn.
Because the first thing that I said when we started hearing whispers late last night, it was like, and it didn't come from that source of that video. I'm like, I told you he mailed in his vote. Too soon. Too soon. I said, I told you he voted. You know who he voted for? I heard that through the grapevine. Would you like to know that? Would you guys like to know who he voted for?
I'm not. I mean, I don't want to get burned for this, but if I were okay, again, and I nothing against the guy. According to his behavior patterns, I would think he would vote for that person.
The left side. Yes, they alleged that he voted for Kamala.
No, I mean
his vote floated in.
Again, I'm not.
Came in a bottle.
I'm not arguing whether he's correct or not, but that's the personality profile. That's where it goes.
Oh gosh, too soon. Too soon.
He's not the He's not a manly man. So that makes sense. Nobody would argue with me on that one.
Mm. Yeah.
Hey, Sarah,
Ruby.
yeah. Daniel Milton. Hey, Daniel. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Good morning, Heidi and George. Timothy says, good morning from Columbus, Ohio.
Hey, good morning, Timothy.
Ryan Chu says, Jimmy, we're getting ready to break some news.
Yeah, like I said, we really pray that he's alive. Again, this is a topic of discussion, and being so many people contacted and believed the source that was out there, and there was only really one source, unless he's really family connected, and I doubt that he is, or he would have said a lot more. But It's still up in the air whether he is or he isn't. Signs are still pointing to being bleak based on the entire story. We pray that he actually is and he is still alive. There's a bunch of stuff out there that there's a major love connection. They've been saying his wife was cheating and there was a major love triangle. There's stories. Now, I know they were saying that one of her previous boyfriends, which she had somewhere around in 2022, she had a relationship somewhere near the end of the year, right before she hooked up with Elliot. And I don't know if she was like with him just right beforehand. They're saying he was involved. So there's all kinds of stuff that is circulating out there. And I know the sister did make a statement when somebody said it was a love triangle. She says nobody has the story right. So I just want to let you know on Facebook, she did make that exact statement that everybody's putting out that she was involved, the family was involved. She said no.
Yeah. Now David Bryan
So,
says, unalive is dead, right? Smile, be happy, said wait,
yeah,
okay.
we're just using different
Smile,
words for.
smile and be happy is correct. Enigma say hi, says hi. No, Peaches Black Pepper says looks militant. The reason why this is important is because, in all probability, if it was keyword, if it was militant that took him, okay, they would have a purpose, a reason, aka ransom, blah blah. Now it's possible that it's a botched attempt, and unfortunately that they couldn't extract ransom from him anymore for
Mhm,
whatever reason.
right.
But the
That's what we were believing.
correct. So does it look militant? Now he's talking about the ones that they technically unalived.
They said they're part of a ring, yes.
Right. Now, well, did they take them? I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe did they?
I what I have here is 3 days ago, the sister of his wife said, "Whoever took you, I hope they feel guilty. I hope you are returned to us, to your wife and family. We miss you, Elliot Eastman. We will never tired of finding you and pray for your safety to bring you back home." That was 3 days ago. I do want to let you know that it appears the grandparents had made a statement here. It says, "I'm talking with you so or I miss talking, sorry. I miss talking with you so much, my dear grandson. Elliot, I hope you come back." That was 4 hours ago. So if he was alive, they didn't inform the family. If he was dead, they would have informed the family, which would indicate to me, okay, and I want to show you that that's what it says from the it does say that from the grandmother. Um, and so I would think she wouldn't make that statement. I hope you come back. Unless she's meaning back to the US. But it says here also from his mother. Okay, Julie Eastman says, "I miss our weekly talks, Elliot." This was 6 hours ago. "Please stay strong. We are looking and praying for you to come home and back to us, that we love you so much." Okay. To me, that's indicating he has not been, it's not available to the family yet, and they're going to be informed first. So, this other sources that are out there that he is alive, you think he got the source before the grandparents and before the mother 6 hours ago? Because he reported that like 14, 15 hours ago. So, according to this, there hasn't been. All right. And then 2 days ago, it still was saying the same thing from the grandmother that she misses him. Somebody here said trending on TikTok, there's a love triangle about Elliot Eastman's wife. And there, I didn't see anything. Okay. And then, of course, the sister did respond back. And her words to that person is, "What I know is that people are taking from what is not true. My sister doesn't have a lover and she doesn't go outside of the house. just outside with her husband. She's wearing, she says she's wearing the cell phone, but is only her husband's who uses it. People are really like that, even if they don't know the whole story. They're just being fake, just making fake. And let's see. Seeing what additional information she put in there. Yeah, see, the other person was still making the story up about the love triangle that allegedly is linked to a bunch of things. Basically, they're mentioning all the bad things that the guys got arrested. So they're basically still trying to say that her ex is still tied to whatever was going on. So, but the sister just tried to. So now that itself is what I would call chismis, but the parents and grandparents' statement in the last 6 hours, which is breaking news, their statement doesn't sound like they know either. They're still looking for him. Oh man. Tell me that they're just over there dancing today.
Well, that was over. That was last month.
Oh snap. I thought basketball season was over.
What do you mean? Just started.
What?
Anyway, CBGB says, as George says, be careful what you inseminate. Yes. Sowing the seeds of love. Yes. Chosen One says, Elliot is gone. I don't believe it takes this long, 2 weeks to find him. No.
Yeah, it's been.
It doesn't look good. Now, can he still be okay? Yes, it's very possible.
Well, they said he voted. That's what I heard.
What? Yeah, right.
But then again, he was looking to take on 8 wives. He might be a Trump man all along.
Dan says, good morning from Milwaukee.
What?
No,
Nothing from the peanut factory?
Which one?
What I just said. I said he was talking about taking on the 7 or 8 wives. When he was talking about multiple wives, I said he might be a Trump man after all.
No, he's not. No, I mean, nothing against with Trump or anything, whether you're pro-Trump or anti-Trump. He just not. He just doesn't fit the bill.
Maybe that's what breaks my heart is we have grandkids too, and we have kids, and we're definitely old enough to be his parent, and so it's very sad. And at the end of the day, the all seriousness is this is very sad, and we've heard so many different things and sitting down and talking with other expats when we've had lunch, and the biggest thing that comes around is the guy didn't deserve it. He just put himself in that position. And he loved his wife. He loves his wife. And I think it's just a young guy's, his intuition was telling him to go home because in live streams, like we've had several videos that we've put out where we've shown you footage where he's been saying things. And I sat painfully through a lot of his long live streams. Like one of them was 4 hours long. And he was talking, insinuating stuff about the sister that I just read on her profile that there were things going on with her kids. And that was his words, that there was some abuse and that he was tired of the sister and that he missed his grandparents and he really wanted to go home. So many different things were said. I know he kept saying he wanted to go home. That was less than 2 weeks before this happened. And so it's just all we can do is pray for him. So
Yeah, and like George says, with a gunshot wound, he's deleted. Isankono says that explains the gunfire and the choppers flying near me a few days ago. Local said it was a local clash, but it was heavy gunfight. Well, PH Expat Pepper says someone is ratting out the others for sure.
yeah, but they've caught a lot of them. Nobody's ratted out. Not even when they raise that to 500,000 pesos. That's a lot of money to a Filipino. But the faction that has them or whatever's going on must be a lot scarier than 500,000 pesos.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, that's for sure.
Still says I think it definitely has something to do with her ex.
Uh,
Yeah. Now, Aaron says the whole situation of gunmen turning up at the door disguised as law enforcement, then escaping by boat. It's very familiar when you study abductions of foreigners over the past 5 years. Now,
well, yeah, in that area,
yeah,
yeah.
alleged abduction by boat. The reason being is because there's a discrepancy on that. What's
Yeah,
that?
there's been no
Getaway
update about
driver.
the kid.
How the
Yeah,
getaway
they
driver,
did
what
call it a
vehicle?
motor vehicle versus a boat, and they're not going to call it alleged. Their last witness, which no other information came up, said that they seen it happen, but it wasn't by boat; it was by vehicle,
Yeah.
and that they did take him out the backside. But I wouldn't. I'm a lazy. I seen somebody make a statement about all Americans are lazy and fat and all that, and I said, "You got me right." I said, "I, I'd have just if something would have happened, if that was me, I'd have just kicked some sand on him like a cat and moved on."
Yeah.
Just lazy, but it's I don't know. There's enough of them. They could have, taken him the other way. It's a possibility from what people are saying that maybe the family was scared and that's why they're not talking, that they do know too many different statements that they're like, "Hey, you know what happened, you know what time it is," but they're not going to do anything to endanger their family at this point.
No, of course not.
So,
No, that's another thing. Whoever talked again, they talk under duress. It's not exactly any.
mm,
Racer X says they have a few peeps in custody. Law says I've been in
yeah,
Sulu, and deployed, and there were many kidnapped. Yeah, Nagas close to Ipil, Payao,
mm.
Tulukan, all places with kidnapping incidents have involving
Good
foreigners in the
morning,
past decade
Linda.
or so. Yeah. Now Ryan and Chu says been searching, but yeah, no solid proof. GMA is fixing to hold a press conference here shortly, or maybe some news coming
Mm.
out. David Bryan says, GMA, hurry up. We want to find out. No, that's another thing. They're not gonna hurry up. Because again, okay. Now I'm not saying that GMA is the one. Remember, it's very possible that they're in the dark as much as we are. Um, you know, Tony Manning says he's not the sharpest tool in the Ted. Um, Aaron says that evil horn abductions, where he was held captive from 2012 to 2019, and Gracia and Martin Burnham case in 2001 2002.
Yeah, they already said you're a client. That means you already approved. It's just a matter of
No, we're just
paperwork.
doing the paperwork. Yes. Well, no, sorry. We have some things to attend to. Um,
Attend on this.
yeah, like Sarah says, what
Uh,
what what would the point of keeping Elliot alive? No ransom demand, no big press attention,
mm.
no U.S. Well, other than the obvious, again, personal. No, the see, I don't know. I don't see any.
And they're saying the skirmish right here is about 3 hours away. It says here from Sibuco to Naga, where the area they claimed the guys were. And I think that was over there. Is that where the cave was? Something like that.
Yeah,
124 kilometers, or about 3 hours away. So, oh. And here's the thing: look at the track. Um, the track, if you see it, okay, it indicates if it's the beach area. Check that out. It's on the backside, so they would have went out with the car. They wouldn't have went down and all the way down the bottom of the island and up. They might have,
it could
but
have
the
been
whole
a.
time they weren't looking possibly for the boat. The
Could
car would make sense according to the track.
yeah,
It's the beach is where the red dot is, where he is, but it's clear across the other section of land into the backside of, I'm just going to say the island part, but it's possible then it might have been indigenous, maybe.
No, not really, because again, that makes more sense, especially with I really can't say
A
anything.
boat or a car?
No, the car thing. I mean, unless it's an amphibious boat, I mean, it's possible. That I doubt it. But anyway,
They might they might have droned him out.
could have
Got
been.
got one. Somebody broke down a Billy Bine box and caught one of those Amazon drones and picked that boy up and took him. Oh boy.
Angelo, would the Philippines embassy send him back to USA if he's alive? No, not the Philippine embassy. If an embassy would send him back, it would be the U.S. embassy. If
Right. And they would do that if beings he at that time said he was going broke. What happens is as long as you there's a particular way that they will loan you the money for a plane ticket to go home. And I'm sure at this point with this much press, another expat will come forward and I'm sure there are people willing to pay for his ticket to get him back home. So
yeah, Aaron says Stephen Davis, Love Triangle Situation 2002, so it's not unheard of. Chosen One says there. See, this is the thing. There is no incentive to keep him. You either free him or unalive.
yeah, and he doesn't. I'm sure now they realize he really didn't have a whole lot. His videos showed that.
Yeah, Rolando says they found him alive, emaciated, but alive. But remember, these are alleged. And
Mhm. Hello, Rolando.
Tony Manning says maybe they sold him. Actually, honestly, this is one of the first theories I had. Although I quickly,
Look at
but
Mr.
it is a
Knight.
possibility.
Mr.
Yeah.
Knight, are you doubting Rolando is who he is? Maybe it's Red Mindanao, being he's blocked on this channel from a long time ago.
Right.
That's my guess. Because it's not that we want him to be unalive. There's only been one real person trying to put that story out, so it is weird.
Second one
Maybe. I
says
mean, we're hoping that's what this is. We know there's a battle. It hasn't been announced.
second one says like the hands through the hourglass. These are the Philippine days of our lives. It's like a
Probably.
daytime
Okay,
soap
it's still
opera.
14. That's what it
Yeah.
seems
Second
like.
nut for me. I think
Me and
he's
George
alive.
and this story.
We can wait for confirmation. Hey, Linda, how you doing? New member, Linda. How you doing, Linda?
Linda's been around a while, babe.
No, but she became a member
Yeah,
last
last time.
live.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I just want to, like you
yes.
would, cover my backside. Yeah, she's been.
Yeah. Dan,
Hey,
I
Linda.
think he was given an intense
Crash
crash course in Islam because he was not acting like a Muslim by wearing shorts. Well, I mean, okay, I'm not digging at the guy, but he's not practicing Islam by doing 5'6" long.
Yeah,
Saying,
that was, there's many reasons that it would have
yeah.
upset him.
Did he even say his Islamic name?
Yeah, it's Muhammad. He
Oh,
did say that.
I figured it would be Muhammad. That was my guess. Um,
That's what I called myself when I was with my Islamic family.
somehow I don't doubt that.
It's true.
That family's late to the party. Why didn't they scream
Muhammad.
from the USA 3 weeks? Oh, she's saying why wasn't the original family make a big fuss out of it?
Yeah, because you just
Smells to
see a
high
couple
heaven to
hours
me.
ago, yeah, something's off how the families, they're not talking on their page, but yet they'll go off to others and make comments. But yet it's kind of, talk about as the world turns, man. Like,
Right.
what's a show, One Life to Live?
Yeah. It sounds like Chariots of Fire. Oh, that's yeah. My heart goes out to Eastman family,
Yes.
his wife and family. No matter, no, we do hope and praise alive. But she kind of says Trump is not a Mormon. Where did that come from?
What?
Trump is not a Mormon. I mean, I could care less, but I mean,
Well, somebody said at one point I heard they said his family was Mormons. So anything's possible. That's what I mean. He must have
I
sent his
wouldn't be
vote in a
if he
bottle
was. I
to.
wouldn't be surprised.
What do you guys
Um,
think? Beings we got 147 people on there. Say whether you think Elliot. Let's give. Let's. If you think okay, first we're gonna ask who do you think he would have voted for, Trump or Kamala, and then we'll ask the other one. Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. Oh, hmm. Thank you so
yeah.
much.
Papa Chan says Elias a big boy. He knew what he was getting into. Well, well, Ted says if he knew that, he wouldn't be gone. Oh, you're right. You're right. After reading your comment, that makes more sense. That's tough. I mean, Cindy G, good reporting. Do. I guess that's the song. If the
Da-da-da.
gunshot went in and out, he was has like. Well, it's not so much as the through and through. Um, it's called a through and through, which means it's a clean break. If it went in and out, which odds are it did? It's a 5.56. It's gonna make it right through. That's gonna blow right through your thigh. That's not the question. It's gonna be a through and through. Now the question is, the leg unfortunately has a lot of major arteries, and they're really easy to hit. So unlike the movies, they shoot 'em, usually hit them in the leg, and they think they're gonna live. No, and odds are you shoot the leg, there's a good chance you're gonna permanently, X-nay them. So not necessarily. And even if it did go through with all this time through, the fact that they injured him in such a way, we have a sepsis situation, which again, a lot of people will agree with that, especially the ones who are veterans, and we have a lot of veteran members and viewers. Anybody will tell you if the problem we have with the story, it's not so much, it's not a personal problem. I'm saying the problem is he was injured allegedly. Now,
Yeah,
keyword is allegedly.
yeah, it could. I'm telling you what, it's like I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, Woody Light says home, phone home.
I
Cindy G
said, yeah,
enjoying your
ET
comments.
phone home.
Rolando says I was in Mindanao the week before he was abducted, and I was in safer zones, but still well. See, that's the thing. For the most part, Philippines is safe.
I just wouldn't have lived down there and become a
Correct.
vlogger and did loans and danced around and gyrated in shorts
Same
and
thing in the
with a bunch
U.S.
of
There's
women around as
certain
a Muslim area.
places
There's
that
just so
you
much
shouldn't live.
and things to do. He was still too flashy, and people think flashy means diamonds and throwing money at people, and he was flashy enough. And his live streams told everything. He even told people he got robbed. He went through and talked about how much he spent on everything, how much of the money of loans he gave out. He said everything, and that made him a target without marrying the
Right.
Muslim girl.
So
So
yeah, the problem we have again, this is be a lesson to you guys again. Like you said, you could have said it more. Orlando says I was in Mindanao. I was in the safer zones, but the problem is again is one is their police presence, actual police presence. I'm not talking about the barangay. I mean, I'm not nothing against the barangay, but the barangay is more community based. The
another
police is
10.
more government based. If that, I mean, I get it. The barangay is still a government unit. In fact, they're called LGUs, local government units.
Another 10 minutes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then we
yeah. But they're more
26
based on
Papa.
your community, and they're more, personal people versus the actual PNP, which is again actual real government units. And you guys, Filipinos will know what I'm talking about. But anyway,
I think he will come back as a devout Muslim, no more shorts, and he'll be quoting the Quran and we'll be using his Muslim name Muhammad. Do you guys think he'll stay though? Does anybody think he'll stay after this? I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm
no, he
thinking he'll
won't. He
take
won't.
off,
Well,
but maybe
depends on
not.
the outcome. If
He wanted to leave beforehand,
well, if he comes
so
out alive and well,
he might
and
have a
his
different
channel
outlook.
has a very high probability of skyrocketing, so you might stay. That's what I'm getting.
There's several reasons he might.
No, no,
He
no. I know.
might be grateful to be alive. It's like when I've had surgeries or
Well,
super sick, drunk from a
well,
hangover or something, and then
you're
you're
talking
like,
about
as
his
soon as you got better,
personality profile, though.
I don't
He
know.
doesn't
That's
necessarily think things through. Saying.
I don't know. I don't know.
Sam Sachs says with all the cell phones in the Philippines, he can't be in
Smile and be
public.
happy, said Harris.
GMA
David
will.
Bryant said Trump.
Yeah, Chosen One says
Harris.
GMA will know before us.
I don't know. GMA, they probably will, but they wait. Every story that's been put out there, everyone, like you'll see him on the little mini ones, you'll see it on the radio, and I've seen it from Rappler and some of the others. They are the last to put stuff out. So they must be really making sure of everything before they put it out. I think GMA is pretty solid. What do you
No,
think?
no, no. They are, but you have
They're always a
to.
day or so behind. I noticed that.
Yeah.
So
Chubbs up C. Hey, how you
what's
doing,
up,
man?
Chubs?
Good to hear he's alive. Scary.
We're not sure whether he is or not. So I don't know if you heard the whole thing. There's one or two people that's putting it out that he's alive. Hopefully, that's what we're going to hear. As of a few hours ago, when we looked, we don't hear whether he is or isn't. So that's just somebody saying he's alive.
Yeah. Now, an interesting
We
thought,
hope
though.
so.
Just so you guys know. For example, Mike Valdez says it happened yesterday in Budin, Zamboanga area, but not in the neighboring island. Now, here's the thing:
Yeah,
most
120 something.
bad things, or rather, bad people who do bad things to people here in the Philippines are actually don't actually live there. For example, if somebody snatches your phone, odds are they're the next they live in the next province over, 5
Hmm.
cities over, that kind of deal. They're usually in the US, I guess you would call them transients. They don't they don't crap in their backyard per se. That's the best way to explain it. Yeah. So I'm not surprised when they show it's miles away. Victoria says the family now have been told not to talk too much due to political sensitivity.
Yeah, she's got a question mark on there. And we're not sure. Somebody tried to come in just a little minute ago and tried to mention the name of the other channel, which we did early on. He says he's got a bunch of little details. It's not official. It doesn't matter how many little details that he has because I'm not going to watch his videos, nor do we really watch his channel. It just happens to come up in the feed for under Elliot Eastman. So we seen that he covered that as of yesterday. So until we get the official word that he is, we can't say whether he is or not. Based on GMA, which just released a statement now, probably 40 minutes ago, and some of the other stations, that there is no word. So I would think if there was chatter, there would have been something. But
Yeah, we hope and pray
as
he's
of,
alive. Yes.
I was just saying that his family, less than 6 hours ago and 4 hours ago, made a statement that they hope that he's okay. So if they knew that he was, I wouldn't think they'd be making that statement on Facebook to the sister.
Correct.
They're still wondering themselves. So if they
No, they don't
did,
know.
that wouldn't make any sense, because if we found out that our son was still alive, I wouldn't be actually going in and making a comment to somebody that we hope he's okay if we knew he was okay.
Yeah, there's no confirmed
And that's the
sighting that
grandmother.
he's
That's the
okay.
grandmother, and that's his mother, and they're making that statement. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just little old me
Yeah.
with the
Learning to live says
Inspector
arterial
Gadget.
wound. Yeah, again,
With
the leg is a bad thing. Now,
Dr.
Chosen,
Sibuco.
honestly, I thought about this when I saw you in the chat. And you've thought about it too. I didn't even know you can have 7 wives in Mindanao. I think I need to rethink this. I could see how this could be tempting.
George, you can't make it through.
Now, remember, you have to support all of them equally. And no, yeah. And in the end, it doesn't work out. But no, it's tempting, yeah. If he's alive, he'll go home. Whether go back to the Philippines at a later date will remain to be seen. He's not political. He's in the Philippines.
Yeah, I already seen that. That's the one. Yeah, Snowman. But did he always have the respectful and humble on the end of it? Or was it just Snowman something? I don't remember if his name was fully.
It changes it.
It does it.
Aussie Steve. Aussie Callahan says, "Hey, from Melbourne, Australia. If I were American, I would sure to have voted for Trump." Again, that's again, you're free to again support whoever you deem fit. But like I said, I think whether or not you're pro Kamala or not, remember it was deemed disrespectful that she didn't like
Come out on stage.
come out. It's just, and I get it. She showed up next day, but that seems like a forced thing. Kind of like, hey, you need to go out there because you're getting a bad rep right now, kind of deal. You know.
Yeah, we have to actually.
Yeah,
Go.
we
don't have
do
any
have
more.
certain things we unfortunately we have to attend to.
Yes. So we appreciate everybody dropping in. And if something comes up in the next few hours, being as it's daytime for us, then we'll probably do another live stream. But we appreciate everybody stopping in. Be sure to leave your comments in regards to this. So, the last thing we want to say in closing is that according to the major newspapers and the news agency, and now reading both a grandparent and mother's statement on the wife's sister, stating they hope basically they're missing him and everything. There's no indication from the family that he is alive, and also it's also not being said whether he is or he isn't. So we pray that he is. So everybody say prayers for the family that he does return home and that he is safe. And we do appreciate everybody coming in.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. We appreciate your support. Don't forget to hit the like button and share.
Yes, guys, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. We love you guys. Bye, Victoria. Thanks so much, Linda. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Ted, for
Sarah.
spending time and moderating us. Thank you. Glock, have a great day.
George, we're down to we don't have any more time.
Yeah,
So
okie dokie
thank
peeps.
you, guys.
Food and juice. Night night. Bye, Sarah. Love you all. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your
Bye,
support.
guys.
Love you guys.